What is up, everyone? Bennett Bedford from BetQL here to bring you the preview of the Final Four matchup between Virginia and Auburn. Virginia comes in as minus 5.5-point favorites against the spread. On the money line, it's going to cost you minus 265 to back the Cavaliers, while Auburn is at plus 215. We've got a total of 131 in this one. So let's go ahead and start us off with some trends to take a look at for the Virginia Cavaliers. Virginia had previously been known as a team that was excellent during the regular season, but would always choke in March, a trend that really came to a head last season when they lost as a number 1 seed. This March has been a different story, however. After winning the ACC regular season title, Virginia looked destined to be let down in March yet again after losing in the ACC tournament semifinals to the Florida State Seminoles. However, they rolled their way to an Elite Eight matchup with Purdue and were able to sneak through an shocking overtime upset over Purdue, last second shot in regulation to get it done in that one to punch their ticket to the Final Four, where they will face number 5 Auburn in Minneapolis. So with that being said, let's take a look at a couple trends that you need to pay attention to for Virginia in this matchup. Virginia covered 69.4% of their games this season. They were 23-11 against the spread as a favorite. They were 9-4 against the spread as a single-digit favorite. That's important here because they are minus 5.5-point favorites in this matchup against Auburn. Virginia covered the total in 47.2% of their games this season. They were 2-2 against the spread in the NCAA Tournament. Going a little bit beyond that, back in their previous 10 games, Virginia was 9-1 straight up and 6-2 against the spread in the previous 10. The total has gone over in 6 of their last 8 games, and the total has gone over in 16 of 34 games this season when Virginia is a favorite. Virginia, they really rely on their defense. This is going to be a great matchup between an offensive and defensive team. Virginia allows the fewest points per game in the country at 55.4, and they were 7-1 straight up on a neutral court this season. Auburn Tigers are the Cinderellas of the 2019 NCAA Tournament, and it's easy to see why so many people in the public have fallen for this team. Led by the charismatic Bruce Pearl, they will be the clear underdogs in their Final Four matchup to number 1 ranked Virginia after losing Chuma Okeke with a torn ACL in their upset victory over North Carolina in the Sweet 16. Auburn has played as well as any team in the country over the last 2 months of the season, with headline wins over North Carolina, Kentucky, Kansas, and Tennessee twice over their last 9 games going back to the regular season. Let's dive into a couple of trends that you're going to want to pay attention to for the Auburn Tigers in this matchup. Auburn has covered 55.3% of their games this season and are on a 12-game straight-up winning streak. They're 4-0 against the spread in the NCAA Tournament. They are 4-3 straight up and 5-2 against the spread as an underdog this season. The total has gone over in 5 straight games for Auburn. The total has also gone over in 8 of their last 11 games. And if that wasn't enough for the over, the total has gone over in each of the last 4 games in which Auburn was an underdog. Auburn also went an impressive 11-1 on a neutral court this season. Now that we've gone over some team trends for both Virginia and Auburn, let's take a look at some of the public and sharp money trends that you need to pay attention to if you're going to wager on this game. All of these can be found over on BetQL. Be sure to download the app. These trends will definitely change prior to tip-off. It's pretty clear what we're seeing right now. We've got early, both public and sharp money is coming in on the Auburn Tigers to cover the 5.5-point spread as of Wednesday afternoon. 60% of total money is on Auburn to cover the spread in this one. Not really surprising considering Auburn have been excellent as an underdog this season, going 5-2 against the spread. Really the key matchup to watch in this game is going to be Auburn's explosive offense, averaging over 80 points per game this season against Virginia's stifling defense, allowing only 55.4 opponent points per game this season. The total is also garnering a lot of attention, with over 90% of total money coming in on the over of 131 points. If that trend continues, you have to expect that this line will move above that 131 points. So that will do it for our preview and breakdown of the first Final Four matchup between the Auburn Tigers and the Virginia Cavaliers. You can follow me on Twitter at DFSBenj. I'm happy to answer any of your questions about this game, any other betting games, DFS games. Be sure to download BetQL. It's going to have all of your line movements, public and sharp betting data, and up to the second lines. Good luck with your bets this week. I'm out.